Natalie. Welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about how to discern a foundation for ministry so that your ministry is built to last. Today we're going to be talking about core ideology, and here's an equation for what core ideology is. Your core ideology equals your core values plus purpose. That simple equation represents everything that you need to know in order to build that solid foundation. We're going to talk about the values today. Now, values, if we're going to go to the dictionary, are defined as something as a principle or quality intrinsically valuable or desirable. Now, you might be really excited about starting to build your ministry and thinking about, I need to figure out the strategies and the resources and the programs, all these great things. There's so much awesome work to do. Let's get started. And I gotta say, slow down. Slow way down. Defining your core values is going to be one of the most important things that you can do when you're building a solid foundation for your ministry. And this is why. When we're talking about values for a ministry, let's compare them to anatomical structures that we find in our bodies, our bones. When you're doing your ministry, you're doing a lot of activities. You might be feeding the hungry, giving drink to the thirsty, but same thing with our bodies. Our bodies do and move and encounter a lot of things. We jump, we run, we walk, but it cannot do it if it doesn't have an underlying strong internal structure that holds everything together. In the human body, that's our bones. The internet's an amazing thing. You can actually answer questions such as, what happens when human bodies don't have bones? Essentially, you can't move. If humans didn't have bones, they would not be able to move their arms, legs, head, or neck. Humans would be a soft blob of tissue, muscles, skin, and organs. Many important organs would not be protected, such as the brain, spinal cord, lungs, and heart. Essentially, if you don't have bones, you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. Same thing with ministry. You need to have a strong internal structure in order to be able to support and uphold the work that you're doing. Just again, like your body needs a strong internal structure, your ministry needs values, core values. Now, unless you have some medical knowledge, most of us probably can't name the bones in our body. There's quite a few of them, there's a lot of them, and we continue to walk, jump, and run without naming our values. And the same thing with our organizations and ministries. We continue to moving forward, doing all sorts of activities, and maybe we haven't named our values. If so, why is this a big deal? If we can continue doing the activities of our ministry without naming our core values, why take the time and effort to do so? Holy moly! There are so many good reasons to articulate the core values of your ministry. They make your life so much easier. I'm going to give you 4 reasons why they're going to make your life easier. Reason number 1, identifying your core values means that when, not if, when you encounter persecution or obstacles or struggles in your ministry, you are going to have the backbone to stay strong. You might have heard people say, oh, they have no backbone because when the going gets tough, they just crumple under it. And again, it's not an if, it's a when things are going to get rough. Identifying your core values will give not only you, but your entire team an identity so that when persecution does come, you can stand strong and continue forward in your mission. Reason number 2, identifying your core values increases communication. I know so many lay ministers who endure a lot of heartache in their mission and in their ministry because nobody's on the same page when it comes to your value sets. And this causes drama, it causes confusion, and it means that mission is stalled and makes your experience in ministry pretty miserable. Articulate your values, decrease drama, increase communication. Reason number 3, recruitment. I get super pumped about this one. If you are a leader, one of your primary responsibilities is to recruit, form, and train a team of people who will be able to go out in order to be able to accomplish the mission of this ministry. That is your role, that is your job. And by identifying your core values, it gives you a sense on who is going to be the best fit for your team. It's something that you want because you want the best possible people. And two, the people who are discerning whether to join your team, they have a need and a right to know whether they even want to join your team. Identifying those values, making them very clear, is going to scare a lot of people away, but that's okay. You didn't want them on your team in the first place, and it will attract the right people, the ones who share those values. Reason number 4, discernment and direction. Identifying your core values means that when you look out at the mess that the world is in, of all the amazing opportunities, all the incredible things that you could go out and be able to do, having your core values is going to be able to help narrow your focus so that you are able to move forward and serve the mission that God has called you to do. There are so many options out there. There are so many good things that you could do. But when you have defined your core values, you can start asking the right questions. Right questions such as, what does God want us to do in this mission? We have these values, we have this skill set. Where can we best serve? Don't underestimate how identifying your core values is going to make you more effective in what you do. When you're identifying your core values, you want to be able to identify between 3 to 6 core values for your organization. Let me give you an example of someone who did this. St. Maximilian Kolbe, when he founded the Mission of Immaculata, identified his core values and how to put them into practice. This is what they were: total consecration to Mary, wearing the miraculous medal, faithfulness to the magisterium, and registering with a canonically established center. He also identified the means of the apostolate, saying that they would be committed to prayer, penance, offering everything up, and that they would pursue all valid means for conversion and sanctification of men. Identifying these values and identifying the means by which they would be implemented helped him to recruit thousands of people to serve that mission. They ran newspapers, they got thousands of staff on board, they were able to recruit, they were able to communicate, they were able to discern the best direction for moving forward. And ultimately, and this is a big clincher, when Nazi Germany put pressure on them to stop their mission, they went back to their values. They discerned that they would continue moving forward no matter what. And the cost was that Maximilian Kolbe was arrested and martyred in a Nazi concentration camp. Because they had identified the values, they had the backbone when they began suffering persecution to stay strong. This is what discerning your values can do for your ministry. Be encouraged. Decrease drama, increase communication. Recruit amazing team members. Discern the best direction that God is going to be calling you. And when, again, not if, when times get hard, you will have the backbone to continue moving forward to fulfill this mission that God has given to you. Whew, all right. I hope I've made the case for why you need to discern your core values. Next question. How do you discern your core values? We're going to do that next week. In the meantime, here's the big question. Why do you need core values? Do you agree with the reasons for why they are important or not? Why or why not? Comment below, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the Facebook page. Know that I'm praying for you. Thank you for all you're doing. It's exciting. I can't wait to see what God's going to do through the ministry He's called you to. See you next week. Bye, guys.